Alright guys, welcome back to the Order Blocks Trading Group. Here we trade the markets using the order blocks, market structure and institutional order flow. We like to keep things simple here. So guys, the forex market is hard enough. Please try to keep things simple. Alright, having said that, let's jump right in. In today's episode, we want to look at how the banks trade the order blocks. How the banks trade the order blocks. Please, get yourself your writing materials and a cup of coffee, because this video is going to be an educational video. So you need to take some notes how the banks trade the order blocks. Now, there are four points that we are going to dwell on in today's episode. The number one point is this: market structure. Market structure. These are the 4 points you need to begin to trade like the banks. Market structure. Number 2, liquidity. Number 3, your POI, point of interest. And number 4, your entry confirmation. These 4 things are all that you need to begin to trade like the institutions. Now, let's go right in. I'm going to break down these 4 things one by one. Now, we are going to start with market structure. If you don't have an idea, or you are not really good at reading the structure of the market, do well to check out our previous video on market structure. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Please check out that video. Because without understanding the concept of market structure, you can never be able to be consistent in the forex market. Now, when we talk about market structure, we are talking about something like this. Take a look. Price coming up from a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. You see that? That is in an uptrend. In an uptrend. In an uptrend, you need to see higher highs and higher lows. Let's begin with the highs. This high here, you will agree with me, is higher than this high. This very high here is higher than the previous high here, which of course, if we mark something like that, you will see that is higher than this previous high here. Now, what do we want to see on the highs in an uptrend? We want to see market breaking the highs. Breaking the highs. Breaking the highs. That's all we want to see. In an uptrend, we want to see the highs being violated. But when we come to the lows, you see that this low is higher than this low, and this low is higher than this low. That's why this one is called higher low. This one is called higher low. This high here is called higher high, higher high, higher high. The highs, we want to see the highs being violated in an uptrend. But we want to see the lows respected. We want to see the lows respected. The lows must not be violated. Now, if price now for just suddenly now turned and start making this kind of movement, and now price breaks below this previous higher low here, it signals to us, the trader, that there is a potential change in trend. I use the word potential because breaking the structure once, in the case of this uptrend now, breaking the structure once to the downside is not a confirmation that we are in a new trend. It could simply just be a liquidity grab, and then price will just continue carrying on up. So we need to understand that one very well. Once you see price break the structure, the most recent structure, to the opposite direction, it signals a potential change in trend. But like we said in our previous video, to confirm a new trend, you need a double break of structure. Now, this is an uptrend. All you need in an uptrend is to see the structure. Higher highs, higher low. Higher highs, higher low. The highs are violated while the lows are respected. They are respected. That is what we want to see in an uptrend. Now, in a downtrend, it's the same structure, but this time it goes like this. Higher high, lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Take a look at it. We want to see, let's start from the lows. We want to see the lows getting violated. The lows getting violated. But we want to see the highs respected. These highs must not be broken in a downtrend. If the downtrend must continue, then the highs must not be broken. But if price now comes up and breaks this most recent lower high, then it signals to us that the trend might be changing. It is not a confirmation of a new trend, but is a pointer that the downtrend may be running into a hitch and that we might be starting a new trend. Do you understand? Now, that is about market structure. Once you can get to know this structure, you train your eyes to see the structure on your chart. That is the beginning of trading like an institution. Very, very important. And I'm going to show you these things on the chart in a moment. That's the first thing we need to talk about. Now, the second point I mentioned is liquidity. Liquidity. Liquidity is the fuel of the market. The algorithm that drives the market is designed in such a way that it seeks out liquidity. If you have no idea about the concept of liquidity, let me tell you, you do not need to start trading just yet. You need to get yourself a good tutorial about liquidity, because the forex market drives on liquidity. Price does not just move randomly on the chart, as some people may think. Some people argue that no one can actually tell where price or what price wants to do next. That's wrong. You can actually predict the next movement of price following liquidity. Price moves from zone to zone. Price seeks out liquidity. Liquidity, where there is liquidity is where price will go to. For instance, let me show you an example of liquidity in a diagram. We have a situation like this. We have a situation like this. Look at it. This is a level, a price level. This is another price level. Now, price is contained in these two price, within these two price levels. The high here and the low here. Now, the way the retail traders are trained to trade is that they are told to buy at support and sell at resistance. Buy at support, sell at resistance. And the smart money, the institutions, understand the way the retail traders trade. And so they take advantage of that information to work against the retail trader. Now, when you see something like this on your chart, equal highs, equal lows, what do you think is resting above this place? It's liquidity. What is resting below this place is liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity is floating money in a layman's language. What is liquidity? Liquidity is simply orders in the market. Pending orders, sell stops, buy stops, sell limit, buy limit. These orders rest in the market. So the smart money knows the way that the retail traders trade. And so what they do, because the retail trader has been told to sell at resistance and buy at support. So when price gets to this support, in this ping pong kind of thing, the retail trader will buy from there. They will buy here. They will buy here. When price gets to the top of this range, the retail trader will sell here. We sell here. We sell here. And the market makers understand that very well. So what the market makers will do is to move price up. If they wanted to sell, if the market makers want to drive price down, what they need first is to take price up, to induce traders to believing that price was going to go up. And so they do something like this. They will take price up like this to clear all the liquidity resting above here. Because the retail traders, when they see price move up like this, they will begin to think that price was going to start rallying up. Now, what do you think will happen here when retail traders see this movement up? Well, remember, this was a resistance and this was a support. And retail traders who saw this resistance sold here, and market makers now have pushed price up to capture all their stop losses resting above these highs here. I'm sorry that I'm making the chart clutter. I will soon remove them. But I'm just trying to explain a point for you to understand very well by this diagram. Now, the market makers push price up to capture all the liquidity resting above these highs. And remember, when retail traders see this move up, there are breakout traders that will jump into the market to buy, because they believe that price has broken the consolidation now and the price was moving up. So they jump in and they buy. When they buy, where do you think they will place their stop loss? Once they buy, their stop loss will be here. And so the smart money will activate their buy orders, and they will be in a small profit, and they will be happy that, oh, they are in profit now. All of a sudden, the smart money will bring price down. All the liquidity, the sell stops, the buy stops, everything, the stop losses of the traders that sold and bought here have been liquidated by this move down. And then here at support, traders believe that price will go up, will buy. And so where do you think their stop losses will be? Below here, because they are buying. Their stop losses will be below here. And then market makers drop price down to capture all those stop losses before they continue the move down. That is a simple explanation of liquidity. You need to really take note of what I have said. Now, I want to tell you the places where you can find liquidity in the market. Number one, you can find liquidity on equal highs, whether it is double top, triple top, or whatever, and equal lows, double bottoms, triple bottoms. That's number one. Number two, you will find liquidity resting above old highs and below old lows. I'm going to show you an example on the chart. Number three, liquidity rests above daily, previous day's high, previous day's low. It rests above previous week's high, previous week's low. It rests above again previous month's high, previous month's low, previous year's high, previous year's low. These are the locations you'll find liquidity in the market. Enough of the talk on liquidity. Now we move to the next point. Your POI, your point of interest. I want to mention to you two important points of interest. Two important price magnets. Your point of interest is your price magnets. Number one point of interest is your order block. And if you don't understand the concept of order block, check out our videos on order blocks. Now, sorry about that, guys. Now, if you don't have an idea about what we mean by order blocks, please check out our previous videos. Now, order blocks is a price magnet. Order blocks is one of your POIs, your point of interest. The number two point of interest I want you to take particular notice of is imbalance. Imbalance, or what you call inefficiency in price. Inefficiency in price. So, inefficiency in price. For instance, let me show you what I mean by inefficiency in price. Take a look at this. These three candles. Number one, number two, number three. Now, look at the high this week of this number three candle. You can see that the wick of that number three candle is not touching the wick of this last number three candle here. Take a look. Between this wick where this my cursor is, look at where my cursor is. Between this wick here and this wick here, there is a gap. There is a gap here. That is what is known as inefficiency in price. Inefficiency in price. So those are the POIs that you should focus on when you are trading the order blocks strategy. These are the points that the banks are using. Now, the last point that we want to talk about is your confirmation entry. Your confirmation entry. Your confirmation entry. If you don't know about confirmation entry, please check out our previous video. You will find it. I will leave the link in the description below. Check it out. Your confirmation entry. Check it out. I will leave the link below. But let me just show you some example of confirmation entry in a diagram. Now, price is doing something like this. Doing something like this. Your OB is sitting here. This is your break of structure. Now, price comes into this place. This is, let us assume that this is your 4 hour. Let's assume that this is your H4 time frame. Now, price comes into this your OB. You can decide to take the trade. Immediately, price comes into this 4-hour OB. If your risk appetite is high, you can decide to take the trade straight away from there. You can decide to take it. But like we mentioned in our previous video, there are 2 disadvantages. Number 1, the size of this OB may be too large. Maybe too large. And so you need a sniper entry that can reduce your stop loss and maximize your gain. That's number 1 disadvantage. The 4-hour OB may be too large. Number 2 disadvantage is that price just broke this structure once. It could be a stop on or a liquidity grab, and price can just come down, blow through your 4-hour OB and start making lower lows and lower high, continuing in a downtrend. So what do you do in a confirmation entry? Instead of entering when price comes to this your 4-hour OB, what you do in a confirmation entry is once price gets into this your 4-hour OB, this your 4-hour OB here, once price comes into this your 4-hour OB, you go to a lower time frame of your choice. It could be 15 minutes, it could be 5 minutes. You look for a pattern, exact same pattern like this. You need to see something like this. Now, this is your 4-hour OB. Now, when price comes into this your 4-hour OB, you want to see a break of structure. A break of structure here. And then your other block is sitting somewhere here. So that's what you want to see on your lower time frame to take the price up. That is one way of confirmation entry. That's one way of confirmation entry. The other way of confirmation entry, I leave that for my premium group. Okay, let's go to the charts and see some examples of what we have discussed so far. Now, the first thing we talk about is structure. Structure is structure. Now, take a look here. What do we have here? What do we have here? Take a look. Price coming from here. Created. Let me zoom this thing so that you can see properly. Now, price came and made lower high. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You can see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Just like I showed you on that diagram. That is what you want to see on your chart to know what the structure is. You can see clearly here that the structure is bearish. Now, the structure is bearish. That's number 1, is cleared off. The number 2 thing is liquidity. Liquidity. Take a look at this diagram. Take a look at it. Where this green box is. Look at this, where this green box is. You see price. Look at our old arrow inside the green box. Price made equal highs here. And after making the equal highs, price now shoot up. Look at it, shot up above these equal highs here to grab liquidity. Immediately after grabbing the liquidity, price collapsed down. Can you see that? Price collapsed. Immediately after grabbing that liquidity, that equal highs and the liquidity inside. You can see above this equal high lies liquidity, and the market makers know it. So they push price up a little to grab all that liquidity, and then they collapse price downward. Can you see that? They collapse price downward. Now, let's see another example. That's the number 2, this thing, liquidity. Liquidity. Take note of it, liquidity. Now, let's check for another example. Let's see another example. Let's see GBP USD. Now take a look at this. Take a look at this. The same thing happened here. Price is coming up from up here, made a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Can you see that? That is what you want to see. You want to see structure. So market structure first, and after that, look at what happened here. Let me zoom out for you to really see what happened here. Look at it. What happened here? Equal highs. Can you see that? Equal highs. Look at our arrow here. Equal highs. What's resting above this equal high? Liquidity. Look at equal lows. What's resting below this equal lows? Liquidity. And so the market makers push price up. Look at with this one candle this week. Can you see this week? They push price up. Remember, this week was a full-bodied candle before going up, before they brought price down and continued down aggressively. That is what you want to see, liquidity. That's the number 2 point you want to see. Now, the number 3 point, I've shown you this thing of liquidity now. Let me show you another point of liquidity before we move on. But I want to make this video short. It's getting even too long. Now, we have covered structure and liquidity. Now, let's look at POI. I told you there are 2 POIs that you need to focus on when trading the order block strategy. Number 1 is your order blocks, and the second one is imbalance or price inefficiency. I have explained that in that diagram to you. Now, after grabbing the liquidity, price pushed down aggressively. When price pushed down aggressively, you don't just jump into the market. You exercise patience. Patience is golden in trading the forex market. So you wait. What you need to do is once price breaks structure down, like I explained to you in that diagram, this candle here, this bearish candle, close below the structure low here, the previous structure low here, and to form a lower low. Now, immediately that happens, the last opposite candle before the break of structure is your OB. So you mark it out. This gray box is our OB. This opposite candle here, this is the gray box, is your OB. So you wait for price to return to that OB, and here price return to that OB, and look at how price fell aggressively. See how price fell aggressively. Now let's go back to that GBP JPY, I think so. Let's go back there and see the other concepts. Let's see the other concepts. Now, let's see the other concepts. Now I've explained to you structure. I've explained to you liquidity. We are now on POI. Now, take a look at this. When after market took liquidity here, it came down below to break below the structure low here and form a lower low. Can you see that? Immediately that happens, your eye should go to the last opposite candle before the break of structure. Now, this is the break of structure. This is the your last opposite candle is supposed to have been this very structure inside this green box here. But because the market has now printed what I told you about, your second POI, which is price inefficiency. Now, look at this red bearish candle. Look at how large, this is a daily time frame. Look at how large this one candle is. This is price inefficiency that I told you about. Once there is this kind of price inefficiency, market is likely to be attracted to that inefficiency, to fill up that inefficiency, and then drop into the other block that is around that inefficiency for price to continue on going to its intended direction. So that is why you mark out your OB there and wait. And then price came back to this OB and look at how aggressive it dropped. Look at how aggressive it dropped. Now, our last point is our confirmation entry. I will not go into that one here because I've made a video already on confirmation entry. You can do well to check that video. I will leave the link in the description below. So please check that out. Guys, these are the only 4 points that you need as a trader to begin to trade the forex market like an institution. These are the 4 points that you need. Master these 4 points and you begin to trade like a god in the forex market. I hope you enjoy this video. But if this is your first time, if you are new, if your first time of coming to our channel and you are new here, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell icon so that anytime we bring out a new video like this, you will be alerted about it. And please, if you enjoy the content of this video, don't forget to like, comment and share with your friends and family. Please guys, subscribe. It takes a lot for us to make a video like this. Please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button right now. Don't waste time, don't delay. Hit it right now. Especially if you want to know the way we trade. And I want to encourage you to join our free Telegram group. There we have loads of valuable materials for you to develop your skills. Please join that group. I will leave the link of our Telegram group in the description below. Please join it right now. Okay guys, I want to wish you a happy trading week.